one button, two button. Okay, we are live. So, hello. Today is September 28th, and we have the final presentation of the K6 integration service project by Jainam. So it's a Google Summer of Code project. It was quite an active summer for students in the Keptn organization. So 3 projects got successful according to the mentors, and we're doing presentations. So today is one of the presentations. And later you can find all the materials on our YouTube channel. You can also join our Slack if you have any questions. And I think we can start the presentation then.
Yeah.
Okay.
Thanks, Oleg. So yeah, is my screen visible?
Yes.
Okay. So yeah, start the presentation. So yeah, hello everyone. I am Jainam Shah. I am a GSoC contributor and I worked on the K6 integration for Keptn project. So and my mentors were Adam Gardner and Keptn. So yeah. Let's talk a brief about K6. So K6 is a widely accepted cloud native tool which is used for load testing, and it has very good resource utilization. So even with only one load generator, we can get thousands of virtual users. And K6 is also code driven. So uh, K6 uses JavaScript as a scripting language, and K6 also has support for native support for Prometheus, Dynatrace, and Datadog and many other tools. So yeah, let's take a look at the K6 scripts first. So this is how a general basic K6 script will look like. So over there we can define the number of virtual users. So K6 works with the concept of virtual users which run your test scripts. And so virtual users are, we can say, like a parallel while true loop. So yeah. And the script is written in JavaScript as ES6 modules. Yeah. So after the K6 runs, so K6 sends a small summary to the output, to standard output std out. So I mean, if you want to do any granular analysis or on time series data or anything, then we can also stream the live test data to any external data sources too. So, but by default, K6 provides this test summary. So that contains some basic summary statistics uh, uh, like mean and P95 values and max values for different basic metrics. Yeah. So yeah. So K6 also has a K6 thresholds feature. So thresholds are basically a pass or fail criteria for your test matrix. So if a test matrix doesn't meet the required expectation, then it will fail. So K6 users often use these thresholds to codify their SLOs. So yeah, so thresholds can be set on any of the test matrix. So for example, we can have that cases. We can have some thresholds like that. 95 percentile of the request should have response time below 200 milliseconds, and only 1% error request should return error. So this kind of thresholds we can add. So coming to K6 extension, so K6 extensions help us allow us to extend the use case of K6. So while K6 also provides the ability to summarize the matrix in std out, but sometimes we need the data to be written to some external source like Prometheus or Dynatrace. So for a better visualization of the test. So K6 has a feature of K6 extension. So we can just download this K6 tool and build the K6 binary uh, written in Go. So yeah, that we can do. So this integration will add so Keptn plus K6 integration will add a load testing tool to already existing tools of set of tools in Keptn. So like JMeter. and also with K6 quality gate evaluation and K6 Keptn's quality gate evaluation and K6 support to write matrix to external platforms like Prometheus. We can also this thing, club the two features together, and we can also do the quality gate evaluation on the matrix written by K6. So yeah, and also it will enable the community users to migrate from using either of the tools. So yeah. So the milestones of this project were mainly first we should be able to run a standard K6 using job executor service, and also after that the next step was to run a K6 extension and export the matrix to Prometheus via Keptn, and after that, so yeah, so this was the work which was done in the phase one, along with the side demo of POC for using custom service for Keptn service for K6. But later on, we decided that job executor service will be sufficient to do all the uh, to basically will be sufficient for all the requirements of the project. So we decided to go with job executor service only. And so for phase two, the remaining step was that we should be able to do quality gate evaluation using the Prometheus metrics that K6 had written, and after that documenting the tutorials. So let's take a look at how the workflow for K6 and K6 and quality gate evaluation in Keptn would look like. So, so there is an evaluation task in the shipyard. So evaluation task is a reserved task in Keptn, and it will be used for quality gate evaluation. And we can add it to a sequence after test to automatically trigger the evaluation using quality gates in Keptn after the test of K6 has been executed. And so what will happen after this? So the K6 will writes the matrix to Prometheus. So K6's Prometheus extension will allow us to do that, and we can also add tags corresponding to that matrix. So we want to so all the matrix will be written at the same with the same key in Prometheus, but to differentiate the test results between a project and a service of Keptn. So for that we can use the tags feature that is there in K6 Prometheus extension to do that. And after that, the Prometheus service of Keptn will fetch this matrix. So that is the next step of getting the SLI values. So Lighthouse service of Keptn is responsible for quality gate evaluation. And what this service does, this service listens to the uh, it listens to the evaluation dot triggered cloud event, and upon receiving it, it internally calls the get CLI dot triggered cloud event. So we will have to configure the SLI provider, in this case being Prometheus, and for the Prometheus service will receive this get SLI dot triggered cloud event and give us the SLI metrics that we have specified. And on top of that, we will have a SLO config. So Lighthouse service will use this SLI values and check whether all the criteria have been met for the quality gate evaluation. So this is how the workflow will look like. So let's take a look at how the at the demo of this service. So yeah. So yeah, as mentioned earlier, so we will also add the another task in the sequence of our shipyard of our project. So we will add this evaluation task, which will be responsible for the quality gate evaluation. So it will get triggered after the K6 test execution has been done successfully, and after that, so this K6 will run on this script and we will get the results corresponding to it. And yeah, so this is the one. And over here, while we are running the K6 test in job executor service, so in the config of that job executor service, we will add a tag corresponding to which job and corresponding to which Keptn service project and Keptn stage Keptn stage this task is. So this will allow us to bifurcate the differentiate between the two different the matrix in Prometheus between two different services and its test metrics. So that we will add it over here, and the next step will be next step will be that for this project we will have to add a config map in the Prometheus config map in the Lighthouse service, which will tell Lighthouse service that hey, listen, get the matrix from Prometheus. And yeah, so for what we will do is that we will add a config map to the Lighthouse service in the Keptn namespace with giving the data source of SLI provider as Prometheus. So we can also do this by using the Keptn configure monitoring command. And yeah, so once we have this, after that we will create a sli.yaml file. What that file will do, this it file will require a Prometheus matrix, Prometheus expressions, and it will create and we will define the SLIs that we want to give. So in this case, what I'm doing is that I'm getting the P95 request duration of the test, and over here I'm also providing the service and job and service project and stage name, so that will fetch the correct matrix from the Prometheus. And once we have the SLIs over here, we have to mention using Prometheus expressions, so we can add even more complex queries like doing taking the average or doing any kind of mathematical operation like sum or anything on the matrix. And after that, once we have the matrix, so corresponding to that SLI, we can define the objectives of our quality gate evaluation, and we can give us the total score and total score for passing the evaluation. So over here I have kept warning as a 500 milliseconds, so this metric should be less than 500 milliseconds, and the pass criteria is 1 second. So yeah, over this way we can provide the config of the criteria of pass and warning in the SLO.yaml file. So yeah, let's take a look at what happens and at what happens at each stage. And so over here I have triggered a new sequence corresponding to this test my service sequence with for the service microservices. So over here we can see that there will be three different stages, so sequences. So one is test. So test will be doing the K6 evaluation, and over in the K6 evaluation we already provide this image of K6 Prometheus. So this is the Docker image for writing for K6 Prometheus extension, and it will give us that output will be K6 matrix to Prometheus remote endpoint. So it will write the matrix to Prometheus, and over here we can also see the summary of the test results in the std out. And after that, once it is done, what will happen is that it will call the evaluation sequence, and evaluation sequence will in turn call the get SLI sequence. So over here this Prometheus service would have started, and it will try to fetch the data from Prometheus. So over here we can see that the matrix is K6 HTTP request P95 duration, and the value is 271.67, and which can be also matched over here as 261.65 from the output, and also we can verify that from the Prometheus itself. So yeah, we are fetching the correct matrix over here, and then once we have fetched the SLIs, we can get the SLO Lighthouse service will trigger the evaluation on that SLI. So over here both have been passed uh, correctly. So we have the score of also 1000, and result is all 100, and result is also passed. So this way we will, and we can also do the analysis of how the tests have been performing over the period of time, and how is the flow going on. So yeah, this is the demo for doing quality gate evaluation on the matrix that K6 is writing. And yeah, apart from that, so for the for the purpose of writing the tutorial, so we have split the tutorials into three different parts. First is the running a standard K6, and once we have a standard K6 running in job executor service using Keptn, we can move further into using K6 extension in job executor service. And after that, once that part 2 is also done, we can use the quality gate evaluations for on the exported matrix. So yeah, these tutorials have also been documented. So yeah, the next steps are this only. So I have to document this. For Keptn blog, we have to just copy the same tutorials that we have on the GitHub. And for K6 org, I have to add one. I have to add just some little summary on the project on the Keptn, and then add the remaining content of the tutorial. Yeah. Thank you everyone, and special thanks to Adam and Catherine for mentoring me. Any questions or feedback?
Thanks a lot for the presentation. So we don't have questions in the chat, but we still have Pepe on the call, who is a mentor. So maybe you would like to share some feedback about the project?
Yes, I want to share that we are pretty happy with the result and with Jainam work. So we started the project with let's integrate Keptn and K6 together, and we have gone the extra mile of all the type of integration that we initially envisioned. And okay, the project from my side has been a pleasure working with Jainam and with Adam. So it's very I would say that it's very nice from the product perspective. So the two products are very aligned. So basically it's about defining expectation for your load test. Keptn is about defining also the quality gate that you need to. So it integrates pretty well from both sides, and the collaboration has been very nice. So very easy to work with Jainam. He has done everything that was initially and even more. So I hope that the community find interest on this integration and that people use it on their day-to-day work.
Thank you. So one question about what is your vision for future evolution of the project? So currently we have K6 integration service, but obviously there are so many potential features there. So which ones would you like to see next in such an integration service?
Actually, so there were two different things. So one was K6 thresholds, which will already be, it will already be, it will already be evaluated by job executor service itself. And another was quality gate evaluation. So we were able to read from we were able to read the matrix from Prometheus and use it over here. So I don't think there are any other, on top of my mind, there are no any more features. But yeah, maybe Patrick would say more on it.
I don't have more feature on top of my mind. I think we covered the three use case that we wanted from the beginning. And as we have been talking in the past, I think it's more about providing clear instruction now, explaining a user how to use. And every time that you put a product on the hand of the people, you start seeing more requests. So I say that we have done everything even more, and it's more about explaining the community how to use the product, and probably they will come with new ideas.
That's nice. So it means that we need more adoption, and yeah, I guess it's a good time to promote the service. So we have quite a lot of users doing various kinds of quality gates, users running JMeter, and I think that there should be also many people interested in key 6. So we should keep promoting this integration and gathering feedback from users. So yeah, thanks a lot for this project. Yeah, it was really nice to see how it evolves, and all deliverables were on time, which is super good. Well, I was rather I was looking after the project, but I definitely didn't intervene at all. I was just following, and yeah, I hope it was a good experience for you. And yeah, so general feedback I shared at the previous session that we should ensure that projects collaborate more with the wider community, so that you get experience of full community, not just a rather isolated experience in a particular integration service. And we will need to put more frameworks in place to make it happen in the future. And Jainam, if you could share your feedback about how we could do better next year with GSoC and Keptn, what we're missing, how we could have helped you, it would be a really valuable feedback.
Yeah, so I mean, my experience was also very good, and I guess Keptn was also doing GSoC. I mean, was a GSoC organization for first time in GSoC. So I guess it was pretty well. And what my one feedback was that maybe if we can, also allow the developers to contributors to join the core development meetings. So I see there is only one developer meeting, right? But if they are, so let's say I'm working on job executor service, right? So maybe if I could just, get a more I mean, just a more information on what job executor service development is happening or that kind of thing. So I mean, the core project.
Thank you. Thank you.
I have a question purely curiosity. If I go to our integrations page right now, there is a K6 load testing integration up there. But it says it was updated 6 months ago or 8 months ago. So this is not your work, right? This is something else.
Yeah, in that artifact, na?
Pardon?
In that artifact, na? I mean, there is this artifact link in that there is a K6 integration, but that is an outdated one. So Adam has probably already raised the issue in that Adam has already raised an issue in that case of Keptn contrib/artifact hub repository to add me to that repository and code owner's annotation. So after that, I mean, we will link with the updated repo and resources.
Oh, good. Okay.
Yeah.
Makes complete. As I sense, I don't know the details of this, but I looked at it and it's like, well, we have K6, except it hasn't been updated for 8 months, and yet we know it's just had all this wonderful work. So cool. So we will be seeing your integration up there soon. It sounds like.
Yeah.
Oh, and I'm supposed to turn the video when I'm talking. Oleg's gonna kill me.
Be sure I won't. Yeah, but thanks a lot for the presentation.
Excellent presentation.
So yeah,
we've heard really good things all through the project, actually, about you. So
yeah, if you're interested, I think there should be still good opportunities to engage with the Keptn community. There is GSoC next year too. There are many other programs. I believe that in Key 6 there is also a lot of opportunities for integrations and contributions at the moment. So yeah, you're more than welcome to stay in open source community. And, if you stay, we will be happy to help you. Yeah. So thanks a lot for the presentation.
Yeah, thank you.
And yeah, so I don't see any additional questions in the chat, so I think we can wrap up. And yeah, for those who are looking for other videos, you can find them on YouTube, and we will be publishing more and more demos in the future.
Yeah.
So thanks a lot.
Good job. Thank
Thanks,
you.
Jainam.
So we'll be
Thank you.
seeing more of you, Jainam. You're not going away.
Yeah.
Excellent news. Excellent news.
Thanks for that.
Thanks,
Thanks,
everybody.
everyone.
Yeah,
Bye.
bye.